Ready? Okay, we're going to get this going. The regularly scheduled meeting of the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission being held in the Commissioners' Meeting Room in Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main Street, Room 250, Cortez, Colorado. We're going to open with the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, Don, can we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
Commissioner Saunders,
Here.
Commissioner Neergaard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Also present, Don Haley and Jane Duncan of the County Planning Department. Please silence your cell phones during the meeting. Important calls can be taken outside if need be. Next, as the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed our minutes from last meeting. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve as amended.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes for the January 11th meeting as amended.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Saunders,
Aye.
Commissioner Neergaard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, the motion was passed unanimously. Okay, the Montezuma County Planning Commission welcomes you to this meeting. This board is comprised of members who are tasked with making recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners. We are not the decision makers. We encourage public comment after each permit. Persons speaking during the public comment will be limited to 3 minutes, or depending upon the number of people wishing to speak, it may be reduced at the discretion of the Planning Commission to allow all members of the public the opportunity to address their thoughts and concerns. When addressing the commission, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments. Comments to individual applicants are not permitted. Participants may not yield their time. Shall I be? 1, 2, 3. I guess I will be voting tonight. Okay, first one. Notice is hereby given. The
Hang on,
Montezuma-
we got to do
sorry.
roll call.
Sorry, roll call. You're right, roll call.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Yes, present.
Commissioner Saunders,
Here.
Commissioner Neergaard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Now,
Now fly.
notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public meeting for the purpose of reviewing and determining recommendations to be made to the Board of County Commissioners regarding a proposed 2-lot minor subdivision and AR 3-9, AR 10-34 rezoning application submitted by Braden Jones, agent ErickIreland, on the property located at 38511 Road H, Mancos, Colorado, consisting of 26.29 acres, more or less, located east of Highway 160, north of Road H, situated in Section 36, Township 36 North, Range 14 West of the New Mexico Prime Meridian. Was the public this is a public hearing. Was the public notice published?
Yes, sir.
Was evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted?
Yes, sir.
And the sign was posted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he's here, ready to go. I like it. Planning Department findings, Jane?
Okay, the proposal is, well, it was first brought to you guys for a 4-lot. They have now amended the application to do a 2-lot minor. And so it's not going to be very invasive. Mr. Ireland has purchased a water tap from Mancos Rural Water, so that will not be an issue. They have already gotten the tap and everything. So there is already a house on the property, so other infrastructure is already in.
Okay. Any comments, Planning Commission? No?
Yeah, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
In the application, number 19 shows municipal review, and it's marked for Mancos. Were there any comments from the
No.
city of Mancos?
No.
Okay. That's all.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I skipped Mr. Ireland. Did you have any additions to what Jane had said? Okay, okay. Okay, we're going to open it up for public comment. Okay. Who's going to keep time? You going to keep time? Sure. 3 minutes. Ooh, I like it.
I'm a neighbor to this proposed development. My name is Danette Dillon. I reside at 38808 Road H in Mancos. And we just have a few questions. When they first came and they were doing a 4-lot, the proposed driveway was here. The existing driveway is here, and this is the 5.1 acre proposed development. And there is already a road right here, so we're just wondering why they're not using that as an entrance versus making a new driveway and road entrance in a place in our road that's a long straightway where a lot of people have trouble maintaining the speed limit. So the infrastructure for this new lot for the road is actually not in place already. This is the driveway of the current residence, and you can see that that has a driveway there. This does not have road access yet.
Infrastructure was for the utilities.
Okay, okay. And then with regards to the water situation in Mancos, we're on a 2-inch water pipe down our road, which is exceedingly small. And so the first time around, they didn't have a water tap. And I noticed in this, there was no proof of water tap certificate or a letter from the Mancos Rural Water Company that states that they have approved that. When we spoke to the gentleman recently, he said he was undecided on whether or not he was going to improve that water tap in that particular spot because he wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to choke down the other residents' water. So as neighbors, those are a few of our concerns. Let me take a peek at my other notes. And so left blank in this section, number 8, on current driveway access permit from Montezuma County Road Department is the number of residents the proposed driveway will serve. So we were just curious why that was left blank. Is that driveway going to serve one residence, or are they going to come back later and put that driveway there here in the middle so that they can continue on with the more subdividing? We just weren't sure, and that was left blank on the P&Z application. And it's also called out proposed lots as plural, not lot, in section number 8. And then we were also curious about how we were able to look at the covenants and when those would be forthcoming in terms of what their proposed covenants are. I think those were the main concerns.
Okay, great, thank you.
So can we get some answers
We-
from
we-
Dawn on that?
right. When we
Okay.
have other comments, we'll get
Okay.
to it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any other comments? Okay, we'll close it then. Don, can you help us with some of those questions, i.e. the
Yeah,
H2O?
the road access will be applied for, if this is approved. We don't have them pre-approved driveways, because it just depends on what does or doesn't get approved, like this one's, been revised. They do have a water tap, they have it for this location, so that's why they're applying for just one additional lot as opposed to 3 additional lots.
Okay. And
Because they could not guarantee the other 2 lots previously.
Right. And so that the proposed tap is paid for and it's granted and everything else,
Correct.
correct? Okay. All right. I have a question though on that easement, that proposed access easement. It's going to serve both lots, the big one and the small one, the 21 acres and the 5 acres?
No.
No? Well, what's the purpose
That's for the new lot.
for the 5 acre?
Correct.
Okay.
And if I may answer Ms. Dillon's question on where it says lots, there are 2 lots, the 21-acre lot
And
and
the
the 5-acre
5-acre lot.
lot. So there are 2 lots.
2 lots, and that access is splitting the property line, so in essence, it's an access for both lots. Correct?
Proposed access is just for my 5.1.
Just for the 5 point, but it's splitting the property line. Why split the property line and not move it right over?
I believe it was the drawings that were up in the previous subdivision, they just eliminated a couple lines, so it made things simple.
Okay, and it would have made sense for the other proposal with the multiple lots, because that access was going to serve the other lots. So is there thinking in the future, if there is water service, water available, you're going to resplit?
I know Dr. Jones is trying to explore his options, I know he's acquired an additional tap. And I know he's been talking with Mancos Rural Water. I don't know if it's a definitive plan, but my suspicion is when they put my tap in, they'll perform a pressure test to see if they can support an additional tap
Okay.
on that location. But I don't think there's any sort of definitive plan in as of yet, but I know he's trying to explore his options.
Okay. Okay. Commissioners, any other questions? Okay, we'll entertain a motion then.
I will make a motion to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a proposed 2-lot minor subdivision, an AR 3-9 and AR 10-34 rezoning application submitted by Braden Jones, agent ErickIreland, based on the following. The proposed use is in conformity with the code. The proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area, and public utilities and services are available or can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning. And I don't have conditions.
No conditions then. Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay,
Motion blank.
call for the vote. Don?
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye?
Commissioner Saunders,
Aye.
Commissioner Neergard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay. The motion carried and it was unanimous. Good luck to you.
I'll be in touch with you, Eric.
Okay, roll call, please, Don.
Commissioner Hernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Saunders,
Here.
Commissioner Neergard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Okay. Notice is hereby given the Montezuma County and Planning Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for the purpose of reviewing and determining recommendations to be made to the Board of County Commissioners regarding a proposed two-lot minor subdivision and AR 3-9 and AR 10-34 rezoning application submitted by Melanie Filener, located on property located at 21439 Road U, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 26.52 acres more or less, located east of Highway 491, north of Road U, situated in Section 7, Township 37 North, Range 16 west of the New Mexico Prime Meridian.
Mr. Chair,
Mr.
Chair,
Say again?
we lost our view.
Oh, we lost juice.
Yes, you did. It's
Got to pay the electric
everywhere
bill.
else.
Okay.
Read your packet.
Well, why don't we have it back of us? I can read it in different angles. Okay, this is a public hearing. Was the public notice published?
Yes, sir?
Was evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted?
Yes, sir?
Was the sign posted?
Yes, sir?
Okay, and Melanie's here. Great. Planning Department findings.
Ms. Filener is proposing to divide off 3 acres with the existing residence for her personal use, and she will be selling the remaining 23.5 acres. The surrounding properties are agricultural residential uses. Also, the Lewis Area Elementary School is just to the south of her property, on the south side of Road U. She already has infrastructure in there, so that's already in. She is going to be utilizing the existing driveway access. And so on the plat, it will need to show the access for the remaining 23.5 acres. CDOT also gave me an email stating that they will not approve any access from the highway, so it has to come from Road U. And Ms. Filener is okay with that. And everything else is there. That's
Okay,
about it.
okay. Do you have anything to add? No? Okay. Then, do we have any discussion, commissioners?
I have a question.
Okay, please.
Um,
I have something.
This looks like a new form. Under the septic section, it says the copies of the permits for existing systems are required. It said the septic information was not attached. Has it been confirmed that the septic is according to the land use code?
She has an existing septic for her house, so yeah, it has been permitted.
Okay.
Okay. I have questions. The access to the large parcel, has it had any thought process of where it's gonna come?
It will either, I'm pretty sure it will be off of my driveway, which is an existing access off of Road U. If not, it will still continue to be off Road U with an easement to the property.
Okay,
It'll be on the west side. The east side is not, you can't do that because there's a swamp through there, so it'll be through the west side. And there will be an easement allowed.
okay.
It's agricultural land with water and
Easement.
And the easement on the plat will need to be set to county standards of 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yes, 60 feet easement with a 24.
8.3 acres. 60 foot. Okay. And then you're only cutting out 3.3 for yourself then?
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, anything else? No?
No,
Okay, we have any
the
pub-
access was the big question here. What is this, what's the 23 acres used for now?
It's all agricultural, pasture, and a little bit has been in use for farmland, or for irrigated hay before, but now it's mainly just pasture. You'll feed 15 shares of water with it.
Okay.
One is an adult,
Anything else?
Not really.
Okay, do we have open for public comment? If anybody wishes to speak? Okay, I see none. We'll close it. I have a question, Don. The magenta line with the dots, what does that represent?
That's Empire Electric's
That's
power line.
Electric line, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm assuming that's just distribution then? A distribution line, not a 115 kV? Or
Correct.
distribution? Okay,
Yeah, the 115 would parallel the highway.
okay. Okay, if hearing nothing else, I'll entertain the motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a proposed two-lot minor subdivision and AR 3-9 and AR 10-34 rezoning application submitted by Melanie Filener based on the following. A, the proposed use is in conformity with the code. The proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area, and public utilities and services are available and can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning. No condition.
No conditions, okay. Have a second?
I'll second.
Motion to,
Okay,
okay.
you get it, you got the second. You're good.
I heard two voices, so I just needed to know which one.
And no more discussion on the motion, then we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Saunders,
Aye.
Commissioner Neergard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, the motion is carried, passed, and the vote was unanimous. Good luck to you, thank you.
Very much, appreciate it.
I'll be in touch with you, Melanie.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
Okay, can we have roll call done?
Commissioner Hernandez,
Here?
Commissioner Saunders,
Here.
Commissioner Neergard,
Here.
Commissioner Lynch,
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Doyle.
Here.
Okay, number 3. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for the purposes of reviewing and determining recommendations to be made to the Board of County Commissioners regarding a proposed 7-lot major subdivision and AR 3-9 zoning application submitted by Charles and Lori Hall on property located at 13136 Road 32, Mancos, Colorado, consisting of 36.80 acres, more or less, located east of Road 32, south of Road P, situated in Section 1, Township 36 North, Range 15 west of the New Mexico Prime Meridian. This is a public hearing. Was the public published?
Yes, sir?
Evidence of letters to the adjoining neighbors and mineral owners submitted,
Yes, sir?
and the sign was posted.
Yes, sir?
Okay, good. Everybody's quick today. I like it. Planning Department findings.
Okay. Mr. Hall proposes to create a 7-lot major subdivision for single-family residential use. There had been currently, back in the early 70s, a residence there, but it had burnt down in the 80s, I believe, and no residence has been placed on there since. The surrounding properties consist of agricultural and residential uses, but the area is predominantly subdivisions. So the access driveway has been in use since the early 70s, whenever the previous residence was there. And so with this size of a subdivision, Mr. Hall will need to create a subdivision road, which will turn into a red side road. And it would have to adhere to the county road standards of 60 feet wide easement. The infrastructure is already in place because of the previous residence. The water service, even though the address is Mancos, it is served by Montezuma Water Company, not Mancos Rural Water. They have told me that there is a 3-inch line just east of Road 32, and they have water available for this project. And that's basically it.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add to that? I do not. No? Okay. I'll bring it back to the commissioners' questions.
Is this the same conundrum with water available versus water secured for the subdivision? Like we had the last time? Is that,
This isn't the same water company.
With,
but does it matter what the water company is?
well, yeah, it does, because
Yes,
Mancos
it does
Rural
with
Water
Mancos.
has a finite resource, where Montezuma Water has more water than anybody.
But
Not
wasn't
infinite
the
though, right?
issue,
The issue
The
before was
language in-
Mancos Rural Water.
It was Mancos for water.
but I thought it was language in statute that Ian brought up at the commissioners, not the finite water resource that took everything off the rails.
I think it was the Mancos Rural
Yeah,
Water.
it was brought up
Like
that
Don
it was
said.
Mancos rural water.
Yeah, they're quantify their water. as
And
opposed to-
because that line was at its potential, the likelihood of extra taps were not available. And Mancos Rural Water could not confirm that or guarantee it.
Okay.
Whereas Montezuma Water, he can run a 3-inch line on the access utility easement to service these lots.
Okay.
Good point, though. Okay, I have a question on the easement, or your easement road. The flag lot, which is the 9.6 acres, which I'm sure is yours, that's going to be retained? No.
That's another lot.
That's another lot, okay. That's the access, the 60-foot access easement, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that ginormous 120-foot circle I'm putting down there.
Okay.
Is required to touch each one of the lots.
That's, okay, that was
So
going to be
it-
my
it-
question.
It will show that on the formal survey.
Okay.
My surveyor and I are gonna go out there and make sure that
Okay.
each one of those lots touches somewhere on that circle.
Okay, and the flag pole going up to the flag lot is going to have the same issue, so that's going to be, that'll cover the entire easement.
Can you help me with the flagpole?
So
Well,
that'll be a subdivision road. That
Right.
will not be,
An easement,
that will not be an easement.
okay.
No.
That will
subdivision
not
road.
be the,
So there, okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
So that'll serve all the lots.
Each lot on both sides, at least in
Yeah.
the center of the road.
okay.
And, so there probably won't even be a road users agreement here, but that's
Okay.
irrelevant.
With a
That'll give them
subdivision this
access.
large, road and bridge requires a 60-foot wide easement, and it has to be a county standard road.
Right, but if
But
the,
it's a subdivision road, it will not be a public road.
right, okay, as long as it's wide enough to cover
Yeah. And
all
that
four
at
of
the
those
end is a
lots.
cul-de-sac.
All four of those
Correct.
lots.
What about easement for that camp ditch? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, that's, some of that easement's mine on this lot, and some of it is with an association that I'm the agent for. And it's just, we have 21, members and about 44 shares of water in that pipe. I have a tap at the top of that pipe, and then that pipe runs straight through with no taps at all on it, until it gets to the next property. Because at the very top of this property used to be an 80-acre piece, and we split it in half, sold the top half, now I can retain the bottom half, have it. So that pipeline goes all the way through that property, and we take out water for this whole 80 acres up at the very top up on Road P. And so that's just an easement, there's more people down below, we're close to the top of the pipeline here.
Elevation wise?
Yes, yes, sir.
So is there any irrigation water used that's active for this parcel?
Yes, I've been irrigating, where that 6.27 acre, and the 2 lots above it are shown on this map.
Okay.
I've been irrigating that as one big 16-acre piece for a couple of years now. There's a sidewall sitting on that currently. There's a riser line that runs north and south on that property, where we feed the irrigation off of, and that is gonna end up being, not on that 9-acre lot. That 9-acre lot doesn't want it, because I happen to know the person is, the neighbor for that property is likely has some interest in buying it. So I'm gonna she doesn't want the irrigation line on her property, so I'm going to cut that off of her. And there is a 15-foot easement that Gene Ranger, my survey, is applying to the interior, the irrigation line also. So there's really no tapping into that big blue line that goes through there. It does create, 2 spots on those lots, where you couldn't build. But we're going to either cross those off on the survey, or there is plenty of room in another location to get our 200-foot circle per se to build on. So we did a little homework on that. So there is some interference on a couple of these lots with some irrigation easements, but we seem to have left plenty of room to build on still.
Okay, you won't encroach on those easements,
No, so
Okay.
they shouldn't. And you can still garden, yard, grow trees, do whatever you want on that, over those lines,
okay?
per se.
So the 2 lots you're talking about are the 3.2 and the 3.9?
Yes, sir. And then it kind of ends on the 6.25 acre lot, that irrigation line.
There's a lot more room there, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the irrigation water is likely going to be retained on that 6.25 acre lot, because that's where the sidewall currently sits over there, and it rolls nicely on there. The other lot that could potentially have irrigation is just the one to the north of that, which is that 3-point-something acre that has all the lines going right through it.
3.9.
What's the planned access for the 6.27 acres?
County road. Their utilities and their road easement will be off the county road, for that particular lot. I did a little, I live directly across the street, and you can see those 2 parcels that are below there. We had that I put that driveway in on the west side where we're looking at it, that 6.2, and that was that's an easement of mine, and we put that road on my easement, or on my land, and then I gave the landowners an easement
Okay.
to use that. We're just gonna basically put one across the street from that. I'm not planning on doing that myself, but I'll let the new landowner do that should this be approved.
So all the lots, except for the 6.27 acres, will come off of the internal subdivision road?
Yes, sir, technically
Okay.
the 4.5 and their acre lot would have a choice.
Okay.
They could go to the county and
Get their own.
apply for a driveway permit, which I know will probably be granted in that location because there's 300-foot good clean line of sight in both directions. So they likely would be able to come off either one. There's a little bit of where they built on that lot would also determine where would be cheaper for them to get their utilities off of the line that I'm putting in the driveway up there, or if it's closer to the county road. And that's the same with the power in those 2 locations right there. I'm also retaining that 4.5 acre lot that's the very northwest corner right there, directly across from my house. I don't intend to sell that one. I do already have currently 1 water tap and 1 electric tap operating on the property. It's currently piped all the way back to the 9.16 acre lot, basically, because that was where the old house was. I never use it or anything, but it is there. So one of the lots will be graced with a water and a power already ready.
Already there, okay. Okay, anything else? No? We'll open it for public comment, if anyone wishes to speak. If not, okay, we'll move forward. We'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to the commissioners to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to approve a proposed 7-lot major subdivision in AR 3-9 rezoning application submitted by Charles and Lori Hall based on the following. The proposed use is in conformity to the code. The proposed use shall not generate any significant adverse impacts on other property in the area, and public utilities and services are available or can be made available to support uses consistent with the proposed zoning.
Okay, I would have one condition, is that when you sell that properties, that those new owners are made aware of the county land use code. Okay, somebody can put it through your covenants, whatever, but they need to know, okay? Okay, you have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay, Don, let's call for the vote.
Commissioner Hernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Saunders,
Aye.
Commissioner Newgard,
Aye.
Commissioner Lynch,
Aye.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carried. It was unanimous. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
I'll be in touch with you, Rusty.
Thank you, Jamie.
We'll need your sign too, Rusty.
Huh?
We'll need your sign.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, roll call, please, now.
Commissioner Hernandez?
Here.
Commissioner Saunders?
Here.
Commissioner Aguirre?
Here.
Commissioner Lynch?
Here.
Commissioner Armstrong?
Here.
Commissioner Doyle?
Here.
Okay, we have no fourth application. That's been pulled, or is it going to be just postponed?
It's going to be revised and
Revised.
renoticed.
And it's scheduled right now for the March meeting.
Okay.
What were the issues with it?
They had a discrepancy between their plat and their narrative and the application.
There were several issues, so it needed to be rescheduled.
But it had already been sent out, so
And
There
it will
was-
be republished.
Okay. Okay, do we have any additional discussions then for the commissioners, Don?
I talked to Ian today and confirmed with him that he will do commissioner training at 5 o'clock on March 14th,
Okay,
just prior to our next P&Z meeting.
1 hour before, okay?
Yeah, he'll pretty much just cover how you should view things as commissioners. He's not gonna go through the land use code and tell you how to interpret it and any specifics like that, but more of the approach that you should take and your role as a commissioner.
Okay. Any questions and answers, I'm sure.
Yeah, he'll answer some questions.
Okay.
But that will be 5 o'clock on March 14th, so it'll be an hour before our regular meeting, and he figured it'd take probably half hour or so.
When the time gets closer, I will notify every one of you to remind you.
Okay,
And our flyer did make it into the tax bills, so we've had, I think, 3 calls
Yeah,
on them,
half a dozen or so.
so,
I'm talking about these.
yep.
that's good.
So at least people are paying attention.
And it's working, that's the key, it's working.
They're at least looking how to get
It's been about half a dozen.
they're looking to get a hold of the land use code so they can look at it. So
Good.
it's a good thing. We haven't got the bill yet, so I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
it's not a good thing.
that's coming.
But,
Sure it's coming.
Okay, if we have
yeah, and I
nothing else-
apologize for the screens. IT was working on this today, but this controller's going haywire over here, so. The public's got them, nobody else does.
Good enough.
Mr. Chair, I have an item I'd like to add to the
Okay.
agenda next month. I'd like to add that we discuss and take action on the possibility of revising the land use code.
In general, the whole thing,
Overall, it's got several
okay?
things that need to be looked at, and we can talk, I can bring those up during the discussion where I see it should, or my opinion of what ought to be looked at. I don't think everything needs to be looked at, but there are some things that I do.
Fair enough.
Okay, good enough.
Can you circulate your list in advance?
I can provide it to Dawn, I believe, and.
Yeah, but I
rules.
can send it
And
out.
then he can send it.
Everybody can
Yeah.
look, have an idea. That way they've got an idea
Good.
to review those
Yeah, I'll do
items,
that.
sections, paragraphs.
Now,
chapters.
I'm not going to go and point out the places, I'm going to point out the problem in general, and we'll go, what I'm thinking, we'll go, like, technical
Right.
problems. There's things that are mistakes that need to be corrected, there's references that are wrong, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to, by generality,
Okay. Good.
Clean it up.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, if that's it, motion to adjourn, somebody, anybody?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
I like it.
Aye.
Everybody vote. Aye, aye, aye.
Aye.
We're all voting? Aye, aye, aye.
Aye.